What's up guys? Today we're playing some Orzhov Eldrazi Energy in Modern. This is a little brew I put together, including some of the best Eldrazi and Orzhov midrange cards. Because it's a new deck, I want to go over some of the card choices, talk about why I wanted to include them, and how I'm hoping the deck performs. So for the mana base, because we're an Orzhov deck, I'm running 8 fetches. I did have to shave a little bit on the fetches because we have to include the Eldrazi temples and the Caves of Koilos. So Caves of Koilos taps for white and black, but most importantly, it taps for wastes. We have 2 Godless Shrine, 2 Plains, a Swamp, and 2 Shadowy Backstreet for surveils. For our creature package, we're going with the Golgari Pride setup. So this is a tried and true combination and energy deck, so I definitely wanted to include them here. Along with Guide of Souls, we're running 3 Static Prison, trying to keep that energy count high. And Static Prison also synergizes really well with Ketramose. So anytime we exile something, Ketramose pings us and we get to draw a card. To round off the creature suite, we're running a set of Thoughtseize. If we're going to be running Eldrazi temples and caves, you definitely want to be running Thoughtseize too. Turn 2 Thoughtseize is still really good in Modern. For disruption, like I said, we have 3 Static Prison, 3 Fatal Push, 3 Thoughtseize, 2 Prismatic Ending, and a set of Kozilek's Command. So Kozilek's Command is the real reason why we're running colorless. It's just such an absurd card, it's so flexible, it's good at any point in the match. The potentially tough part in this deck is casting it. So the double waste can be difficult to get. We have the talismans, we have the caves, and we have Eldrazi Temple. So 11 ways to get waste is decent. And then lastly, we have 3 Relic of Progenitus that pairs really well with Ketramose. We can draw cards, we can exile graveyards. Main deck Graveyard Hate is awesome right now. For the sideboard, we have a little bit of everything. Light of Hope is a very flexible card. Since we're not playing Wear Tear, I wanted to keep that enchantment hate high. We have 2 Orm's Chant for combo decks, Celestial Purge, primarily for Orzhov decks, but it can also hit red. We have Exercise for artifacts and enchantments mostly, Rest in Peace for graveyard decks, Stony Silence for artifacts, Wrath of Skies for nice board wipes, the 4th Thoughtseize for hand disruption, and 3 Vindicate, primarily for big mana decks, but you can bring this in against kind of anything, just try not to overboard. So that is our first draft with Orzhov Eldrazi Energy. I want to remind you guys that we are part of the MTG Creator Program, so we're giving lots of play points away to our subs. And if you want to become a YouTube channel member, you'll get access to cool perks like loyalty badges, cool emotes, and early access to videos like this one. So if you want to see more content like this and you want to win some play points, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and let's get in the gameplay. All right, welcome to match 1 on the play. This is a very land-heavy hand. Could go turn 1 Ocelot Pride, Surveil, Relic. Let's mulligan. This hand's a little better. We will keep. Put back the Swamp. I'm just going to shock in the Godless Shrine. I want to maybe Surveil with this if possible. Probably turn 2 Talisman or just Surveil. Cycle Street Wraith. So this probably is Hollow One. Burning Inquiry. Okay. We get rid of 2 Talismans and a K command. We find another K command. Kind of wish we kept that 7 if we knew we were up against this. Our hand is pretty awful though. And they find a Hollow One and 2 Root Wallows. The lucky deck getting lucky. Thought-Knots here. Let's just Surveil. Guide of Souls. I'll keep on top. This can at least block one of the Root Wallows. Another Burning Inquiry. Oh man, they put Guide of Souls, Thought-Knots here, and Temple into the yard. We literally just kept our hand. Our opponent's getting just super lucky. They're just going to get in with Hollow One. Find a Temple. That's probably one of the better draws. So we'll just hold this back. Probably K command, maybe something in the yard. Okay, they do get the Bloodghast. I don't think I want them to have that. Exile. We'll scry draw. Get rid of Bloodghast and Vengevine. We find another Guide of Souls and Static Prison. Both of those are like decent-ish. Like we could Static Prison this, Guide of Souls, start gaining some life. But I'll bottom top that. I'll keep Guide. Right now we don't really have a way to gain life is the issue. Because Ocelot Pride can't get in. And they have a Flame Blade. We get him for 4. Draw another land. Gain some life this way. Get a Plains. Play Guide of Souls. Play Thought-Knots here. Trigger. Another Burning Inquiry, geez. And then we'll just pass. And we can make some cats to chump block. So the hand's pretty bad. They can looting though. They draw a Wraith for turn. They cycle. They find a Faithless Looting and a Vengevine. They're gonna flashback looting. Just put 2 cards in the yard. Pump up Flame Blade. Guess we're taking 6. Oh god, the worst draw possible. Oh man. Alright, we'll play a land. Yeah, if we just drew any creature there, that would have been perfect. Pretty awkward. But we're gonna have to jump with Thought-Knot. Definitely flooded this game. Pretty unfortunate. Alright, they flash that back. Into Bolt. Alright, we'll just trade here. Into Cheese. Just terrible draws. Alright, up against Hollow One. The lucky deck. We want definitely Rest in Peace. Yeah, we could have drawn like anything. Don't think we want Wrath. It does take care of their 1-drops, but we have our own. Push is good enough. Thoughtseize. Don't think we need Thoughtseize. Definitely want Celestial Purge. Let's try that. Alright, we're just gonna keep this hand. It's like good enough, and because they're Burning Inquiry deck, I don't really want to mulligan. This can at least like slow the board down. Don't mind that. Go Mesa go. We have a lot of Surveils. Flame Blade. Alright, we'll Surveil. Thought-Knot, I'll keep that. I'm just pending this now. I'm going to play the Temple just so that they don't increase it away. You could play out Marsh Flats and hold up Push or Surveil, but I just want to make sure I get this temple down. Even though they could just like increase Thought Knots here. So they play Mako. We draw Pride. We're definitely going to want to push this. So I'm probably going to Surveil with this, push this. I mean, I guess we could just like bait out. We'll just bait out removal. Play Pride, hold up Fatal Push, hold up Kozilek's Command. This is fine. If they bolt this, it's kind of whatever. They shotgun Stomping Ground. Yeah, that's fine. Goblin Lore. They put a Vengevine in the yard. Ah, and they find a hollow one. Probably gonna have the K command here. Ah, wait, I didn't see this Phoenix. Wait, did they have the Phoenix? Wow, they had the Phoenix in the yard. I didn't see that. Well, we only had X equals 1 anyway. All right, we'll push this. Take 6, I guess. Draw the Rest in Peace. A little late. Can't really do anything against this, huh? I feel like we just have to take 6 and end of turn K command. Yeah, take 6. Like, we haven't seen just like any threats. We haven't seen any, what's it called? All right, we're gonna Scry, make spawn. Relic, no. Talisman, no. K command, yes. That was Ketramose. A little late. 3, 6. Yeah, we're just gonna pass, and then I guess exile, make spawn, and play everything and hope it gets there. They cast rough. Okay. So we're gonna have to do this now. Unfortunately. So they can still get in with Phoenix. And then if they have a lightning bolt, we're just dead. Alright, they get in with Phoenix. Do they have it? Doesn't look like it. Static Prison. Alright, let's Static Prison this first so we don't die. Cast Thought Not Seer. I'm doing all this before we cast Ketramose, so that way we don't lose life. Even though, like, we could still go to 1. They have the Dismember. They go to 12. They get a redraw. Rootwalla and Bloodghast. Alright, let's take Rootwalla. Play Ketramose. We'll pass. And then next turn, we'll Rest in Peace. And then start getting life. They cycle Straight Wraith. Gotta dodge the bolt. They find a land. No lightning bolt. Yes, we'll pay. Cast Rest in Peace. Go to 1. Go back up to 4. Or go back up to 5. Out of bolt range. Alright. I think we're turning the curve here. Yes. Awesome, dude. Alright, let's run it back. Man, these 7s have not been good for us. We're gonna mulligan again. Alright, this hand's better. We'll keep. I guess we're just putting back Talisman. Because I want all these. Really hoping for no Inquiry. Flame Blade's fine. Another Temple. Can have a good K command. We can turn to Rest in Peace. Mako. I'm actually gonna kill Mako. Because that's just gonna get a lot bigger. Another K command. So we can hold up Kozilek's command for Flame Blade. I guess we could have just killed. I mean, that would have just been 1 damage. Or we can slam Rest in Peace here. I think Rest in Peace is too important not to slam. I'm going to take some damage, hoping that they don't inquiry us and we can just get all this stuff down. They get rid of Bloodghast. Because this is a really solid hand as long as we get to keep it. Just based off the temples. Lightning Bolt down to 13. Burning Inquiry. Alright, they got rid of our temple, unfortunately. Take 4. Take 5. Little sketch. Of course, they had the Inquiry. I'd love to draw, I guess, another temple. That's fine. We're just going to pass and then K command that. I don't want to play out Ketramose because it still can't block the Menace. And if they just go nuts here, Vengevine. Okay, this is fine. We're going to K command, make spawn, chump, exile, and make spawn, jump 1. Then we get to play Ketramose and Pride and just kind of take over the game there. So let's just play out Ketramose. We don't have enough for both. So this can Stonewall Vengevine. And then we can start making cats, and we get there. Always feels good beating the lucky deck, huh? Match 2, and we're going to keep this hand. We have the Guide Pride going. We have some removal with Static Prison, and then finish her with Ketramose. Double Leyline. That's unfortunate. We could Static Prison 1, but not both. They're also a very heavy removal deck. Annoying. We're going to lead with an Ocelot Pride, because if they want to spend a burn spell on it, I want them to kill this first, because then we can just go Guide Pride next. If we just go Guide, and we go double Ocelot Pride, we probably can't get in. But we're really not going to be able to beat a turn 2 Draco. Ooh, do they not have it? Play Marsh Flats. That's crazy they didn't have it. They have to have like a Bolt or something, right? Or Leyline Binding. Oh, they have a Doorkeeper Thrall. So obnoxious. Yeah, we don't have anything. I guess we should have played around that. That's pretty annoying. That actually stops, man, that stops like everything. Let's get rid of that. Get a Plains, play Guide of Souls. Yeah, I guess we could have played around that. I always forget about Doorkeeper Thrall. Alright, we draw another land, which isn't good. Play Ocelot Pride. Yeah, so we should have 2 cats if we played around that better. Consign to Memory. Ugh. We'll Surveil. Land to the yard. Alright, I'm just going to pass. We don't have to like get in for 1. That's not going to do much. Looks like they have a lot of just interaction. Another land. Jesus. We'll Surveil again. Another land. Wow. Okay. Just all the lands. Ketramose. They cast Leyline Binding. Probably on Guide of Souls. Alright, I'm going to get in. If they have another whatever, okay. I was going to say, if they had something else. So our graveyard is all lands. Our hand is all lands. Looks like our opponent's also on that train. They get Doorkeeper Thrall back. We can't do anything. Play a land and pass the turn. This game is awful for both of us. Ragavan. Get the last land. Guide of Souls. Nice. Play Guide of Souls. Unfortunately, it doesn't. We just have to pass. We're just both flooding. Ocelot Pride. Man, if this wasn't here, we'd be crushing it. If we attack with both, they just block here. We gain life. I think we gotta wait. They're just getting all the lands out of their deck too. It's just gonna be like whoever top deck's better. They don't instantly play something. Just getting held back by Doorkeeper Thrall. Going on to turn. Okay. Some action. What do they have? Leyline Binding. I thought not Seer. We don't get to draw a card. Oh, we do. Okay. We draw another land. Holy crap. Please. No, what do they have a hasty Scion? Yeah. Jesus. It's gonna block like that. I get to kill one cat. Or both. Oh, because it's double. Man, I messed that up. Because it has 2 power, it gets to do that. Yeah, I messed that up. Thoughtseize, sure. Tribal Flames and Consign. Can't believe we just like got destroyed by Doorkeeper Thrall. Yeah, we take 5. Yeah. Man, that game was terrible. Alright, definitely want Exercise. I think we want Vindicates too, honestly. Purge. Definitely Light of Hope. We want the Fatal Push. We want like all of this. Maybe like Thoughtseize is kind of medium. Pending or Vindicate. I'm gonna try that. Yeah, like if we drew a Fatal Push at any point, if we drew Prismatic Ending, we just win the game. Alright, on the play this time. No lands. That's mulligan. Good enough. Yeah, we haven't had like, we've had like one good hand so far. We'll keep back a Talisman. We'll just start with a Surveil. At least they don't have Leyline. They play Indatha. I'll keep that on top. Just another land that we can Surveil with. It's okay that we're not playing the Talisman this turn. Fatal Push. I'm gonna graveyard it. They didn't play a 1-drop already. They can assume we have one and waiting. I'm gonna assume this is Scion. Another land. Let's just Static Prison that now while they're tapped out. And then we can play a Talisman. Next turn we'll go land Thought Seer. They have 7 cards in hand. We're just kind of screwed here. We're assuming that they had like a Consign or something. Go land Thought Seer. There's the Consign. Yeah, main deck Consigns against us is pretty brutal. This is definitely a tough matchup. They get a Temple Garden and just Sacred Foundry. Just get Godless Shrine. Another Fatal Push. Yeah, these draws just aren't lining up. I'm gonna just pass. I mean, at least they're not doing anything, but you know they're sitting on all reactive spells. Vindicate. All right, we're gonna try to Static Prison this, and if they try to counter it, we can just Vindicate. I was gonna say maybe they have the Consign. They do. Okay, so that's why we did that. We assume that they have all the interaction. So we're sitting on 2 Fatal Push. They're not playing any Kavus, Ragavans. Probably boarded them out. Like, we want them to play Thrall. They got rid of a Leyline. I feel like I almost would have drawn and cast that. Seems fine here. Playing Relic, cycling it for another Relic. I don't think we need to cycle. I'll say. Because they do run Flage sometimes as well. So keeping their graveyard clear is also important. And if we draw Ketramose, we want this card draw. They have another Scion. Yeah, I guess we're going to have to cycle it with haste. Draw a card. Kozilek's Command that we can't cast until now. I guess we'll wait. They've used how many Consigns? 2 Consigns. They have at least 2 more. Really hoping that they don't have like 3 or 4 in the top 20% or top 20 cards of their library. See if they have it. They did not have it. Wow. Okay, we get some good draws here. Bottom. Kind of want all of these, right? So let's go. Pretty good looks. Start with the Guide of Souls. Cast Thought Knot. If they didn't have Consign for K Command, I don't think they're gonna have for Thought Knots here. But they might like try to do something else. What's in their hand? Oh. Oh no. Rough and Tumble. Double Leyline Binding. Jesus, their hand is insane. So they can clear all our spawn. Jesus, yeah, their hand's gross. I mean, I guess we're taking Leyline Binding. Because if they want to do something, they have to bind and or bolt this. We're just going to lose all these spawn. There's Leyline Binding. If they want to bolt Guide of Souls end of turn. I guess they have so many lands that it doesn't matter. I want them to play Kavu out. Okay, here comes Kavu. Double Haste creature. They drew another creature? Oh, they didn't. Okay. Or did they? Hopefully these double Fatal Push can get there. Oh, just the Rough and Tumble. Yeah, I guess they don't need a bolt if they're just going to do this. Alright, we'll push Kavu. 5 mana gone. We're just going to have to raise Scion. Ketramose. Menace, Lifelink, Indestructible. No, we're just dead. I wish this had reach. He has a bow. I feel like he should have reach too, right? Yeah. Damn. Alright, match 3. And this is a triple guide hand with Talisman. On the draw, why not? This could be amazing. This could be terrible. This is going to be terrible. Oh no. Oh, okay. Got a little better. A little better. I got the Shrine into Guide of Souls. Don't hate that draw. As long as we don't get comboed out. Who knows, maybe this is not the combo deck. Maybe it's just Wizards. We can hope. They get a Plains. They pending our Guide of Souls. Wow, okay. So let's go Plains, Guide of Souls, Ocelot Pride. Next turn we get to go again. They crack a clue. Very desperate. Looking for a land. They find the land. It's a tap land. Really hoping to dodge Fatal Push. We don't have an untapped land, so let's play Shadowy Backstreet. I want to push this. Play Ocelot Pride. We'll attack. We'll make Guide bigger. And then we're just going to push this on our turn. We could play Guide and get more triggers, but this is fine. Another tap land. Opt to the graveyard. So they have to have like Terminus or something. Okay. Let's start with a Thoughtseize then. Oh, let's do this actually. Play Talisman. Thoughtseize. Oh my god, they have the Terminus in hand. And 4 lands. I mean, I feel like we just have to like go for it. Get more energy. Crack a clue. We're just gonna go all in. Just pump the cat. So give them 1 turn. Down to 4. Up to 36. Do they draw it? Find a land. They're still playing. Kind of scary. And they don't just concede. Yeah, like maybe you hold the Guide of Souls just to play it safe, because you don't need any more pressure. Oh no. Yes, dude. That was close. Definitely risky to play out the Guide of Souls there, but we got there. Alright, against blue-white. This matchup usually sucks. Maybe we want Orange Chant. Fatal Push. Fatal Push is good against Tameo, but that's about it. Bring in Thoughtseize for Fatal Push. I feel like Vindicate could be decent. They're going to have Narset as well, like a bunch of Planeswalkers. Let's take out the Pending, bring in 2 Vindicate, and try that. Alright, this hand is medium. We have Guide of Souls and 1 colorless source for the double Kozileks. They started on a Tameo though, it's going to be pretty annoying. I don't really like mulliganing against control decks though. We're on the draw, so Meticulous Archive. We just can't commit too much to the board to play around Terminus. They put an Opt in the yard. And end of turn Kozilek's commands are always really good. Thoughtseize. Yeah, let's lead off on a Thoughtseize, why not? I was thinking about playing Guide of Souls. If they have Prismatic Ending, then whatever. They have Terminus in hand, Logic Knot, and Counterspell into Fairy. I think we just take Terminus. Because I don't want them to like shuffle that in. It's kind of whatever, like it's kind of a dead card in their hand, but they can just put it on the top of their deck whenever they want. They can hold up Counterspell, we don't really care about that. Another Thoughtseize. We'll play Talisman. If they want to counter this, whatever. See if they want to counter this. Probably Logic Knot it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we do not care about that at all. Play Archive. Because we can just Thoughtseize whenever. Ketramose. Missing land drops is rough against blue-white. Guess we're just gonna Thoughtseize. Teferi and Counterspell. Guess we just take Counterspell. If they want to tap out for Teferi, that's fine. Maybe they tap out and bounce Talisman, and then we draw land, we can Vindicate Teferi. Or if they just uptick Teferi. I feel like they just bounce this. Oh, they uptick. Alright, let's just Vindicate Teferi. I'm surprised they didn't bounce this. This seems pretty insane. So we don't know what their hand is anymore. Finally draw a land. Play Ocelot Pride. Brain Surge. And this is why you take the Terminus. Because like in the long run, this is just going to wreck us. Okay, they just have a Counterspell. I guess we're just going to play out Ketramose. I wanted to Surveil, but I want to get this down while they're tapped out. Now we just need to draw a Relic or something. Land to the yard. Caves, pretty good draw. Now we have Colorless to cast these K commands end of turn. See how many get countered though. I'm just going to scry draw and make spawn. I'm not going to exile anything. Like, it's fine. Oh, wow. They just did nothing. Bottom. Thought-Knot Seer. Lead off on a Thoughtseize, I guess. Is their hand just, like, awful? They Brain Surged. Wow, okay. Yeah, their hand is awful. Okay, their hand is 2 lands. We can scry draw and make spawn. I think we're going to do that, even though, again, it's not turning this on. I think setting us up for future draws. Maybe we can find a Relic also. Nothing of the sort. I do like the Vindicate. I like the Vindicate. Why not? I'm just going to pass, I guess. A little awkward. They put a land in the yard. They find something. Jace. Okay. So Vindicate's good for Jace. They get to shuffle all their bad stuff away. But they did play their land, so they had 2 basics. They play the 1 basic into Harbinger. Okay, we don't care about that. God, we find a Temple. Vindicate Jace. Play Thought-Knot. Get the other Harbinger out of their hand. And I guess pass. They have no cards in hand. Harbinger on the field. Draw another Thought-Knot. Let's attack. Cast another Thought-Knots here. It's a land again. Oh, man. We need something to turn this Ketramose on. We did waste 2 K commands, but I wanted to try to find a Relic or just something, like some action. Alright, opponents, we're both flooding, but we actually have Thought-Knots. Another Ketramose. Yeah, I mean, none of us are drawing anything good, but again, we have the Thought-Knots. Yeah, jeez. These games have not felt very good for either player. Alright, match 4. This is a 2-lander hand. We can Surveil on turn 1. We have the Temple for Thought-Knot and K command, so I'm going to keep it. Opponent goes Polluted Delta. Maybe 1 drop for push. Thoughtseize. There we go. Our hand's pretty solid against Thoughtseize. They take Ketramose. All right, we'll just play Mesa and pass. Looking to surveil, find more lands for Thought-Knots here. Let's go Verdant Catacombs. Smells like a Bowmasters. We'll see. We will surveil. I mean, as much as I want a Ketramose, we just don't have any lands. So it feels pretty bad binning that, especially since they spent their turn Thoughtseizing it. But I think we have to. Draw another Temple, which is nice. So now we can either K-Command or Fatal Push. They surveil. I'm assuming this is Yawgmoth? Not sure yet. Ereborg. Pillage the Bog. They tap all three. I think they meant to plot and they actually cast it. Okay. So we're going to be diligent here. Oh, Relic's nice. Start with a Thought-Knots here. Ooh. Definitely getting rid of this Karn. They can pillage again. That's fine. Get a Relic. Definitely don't want them playing Karn next turn. I mean, they could play it and we can just Static Prison and or kill it. So maybe it's whatever, but they rumble. They find Coffers. So if they find any payoff, then they're going to be sitting pretty. Now we wish we had Ketramose, obviously, because we're drawing well. Attack with Thought-Knots here. They chump. Oh, they have the push. That's right. And that's fine. We knew about that. So we'll just Thought-Knots here to them. Yeah, there's no way of getting around that. Cast Thought-Knot. Cling the Dust or Pillage. We're going to take Pillage. Relic them. They're going to Cling Arid Mesa. I think we just do this now, then get rid of Cling. Draw another push. They just have 2 lands in hand. And, okay, 1 land, 2 mystery cards. Now we want the Ketramose. Caves. I guess we'll get in. It blocks. Just pass. So they have a land and 3 mystery cards. Okay, now 3 mystery cards. We're going to Kozilek's command. We could hold up push, but I'm just gonna go nuts here. If they have a Bowmasters, so be it. X equals 5. Yeah, that's whatever. It's worth the extra look just to get pinged. Bottom, bottom, bottom. And then we just sacrifice that. They don't get to gain anything. We have so much mana, I don't even know if it's worth it for them to target the spawn. Draw another K command. So let's start by pushing Bowmasters. We're going to attack, see if they want to just chomp or not. Okay, they do. We're going to main phase. I'm going to hold up 2 white sources because I want to either hold up push or see if I can find like a guide. So let's K command X equals 6. All right, so land to the bottom, land to the bottom. Kind of want all of these, honestly. I don't think we need Relic right now. Thought-Knots here is nice. Thoughtseize is not nice. I'll just go all bottom and we'll just keep Ocelot Pride here. Just go double Ocelot Pride. Make them have to answer. They're gonna castle, I guess. Maybe it was fine to keep a Thought-Knot or maybe it was fine to keep a Thought-Knots here or Thoughtseize because they're gonna be drawing 2 cards a turn. If they have a board wipe or something. We do have the Static Prison as a catch-all. They do find a Karn. Do they have EE? That'd be pretty annoying. They do down tick. Let's see what they're running in their sideboard. Maybe Bridge. I would love for them to get a Bridge. They do. They still have 2 cards in hand, though, so these can get in. We draw Talisman. So let's cast Static Prison. I guess we eat Bridge, hoping they don't have an answer for anything else. We'll attack Karn, them. Maybe we should have sent one at Karn so it has the down tick to if they have like a push or something. Okay, good. Yeah, it could have been safer to send one at Karn. And I'm just going to hold these in hand. Because if we play it out, I don't know if they play Bridge or something and then we can't get in or something like that. So they have 1 turn. We have to dodge the 3rd or 4th Karn. Oh my god. They had it. So they can go get Bridge back. They do. Oh man, now we're just kind of screwed. Can they play their last card? They are playing their last card, and of course it's a March. Oh man. Damn, this is brutal. They drew 3 Karns. Play Talisman. Yeah, now we're just kind of boned. We need to find... Like, I mean, we need a Static Prison. We just need Static Prison. We could, like, Guide of Souls attack with Spawn. We need them to, like, draw something they can't cast, but that's going to be pretty impossible. Damn, super unfortunate. Now they just win with Karn. They find Sundering Titan. They get to get rid of all this. It's kind of whatever. That's, like, best case scenario. They find the 4th Karn? Oh, that's so unlucky. 4 Karns, man. All right. It's crazy we and they do have the E as well. It's crazy we K-commanded so much and just did not work out. So if we can top deck a Static Prison, we win. 1, yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. No. Yeah. Static Prison? Land. Ah, damn. This is just like the League of Disappointments. Karn down ticks. Finds Liquid Metal Coating. We'll take like 1 more draw step. We just needed it right then while they were tapped out. Another land. Yeah, we actually just lose. Because they can eat this, and then they tap this, and then we just have no colored sources. Damn, super unlucky. Alright, so let's bring in... Against this deck, we want, I guess, Exercise, Celestial Purge. Like, Vindicate's good against Karn. They're just a Karn deck. So if we can just keep them off Karn, we're fine. Push is good against Bowmasters, but that's about it. Pending's good. against like bridge. Well, we can't make 3 colors, so maybe not. I'm fine with cutting pending. Exercise. Because they're a Karn deck, we can cut like 1 talisman, 1 push. I like the extra Thoughtseize for Karn as well. Look at the other push. Alright. 1 land. That's mulligan. 5 lands. We're gonna keep on 6. Lead off on the Thoughtseize, hope to dodge some stuff, put back a land. Either Thoughtseize a Karn or something. Damnation. I mean, they have Urborg and Cabal, so let's just take Damnation. They can take Guide of Souls, that's fine. Inquisition. So their hand is this. Oh, we find the Pride too. Play that. Land to the yard. Man, if God lived. So they're going to play Coffers next. They don't have any green mana, so we can start making some cats at least. Talisman. Play Talisman. Did they draw the push? Or Bowmasters? What is this? No, they drew the removal spell. Not looking good here. They find the green source as well. Maybe they just abrupt decay this now? Or did they also find... what's it called? They did find Pillage, unfortunately. And another Cabal. They get the free Pillage. This is like our only saving grace. End of turn K command, hopefully find something. But so far, it's not very good. They plot another one. So they still have Abrupt Decay in hand. We will K command, scry draw, make some spawn, looking for some action. It's like not bad. Like bottom, we can just kind of like wreck their hand. They do have a Pillage coming off, whatever. Abrupt Decay. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just cast this and just take everything. Kind of dead cards, but... And then we have a cat coming. I wonder if the cat's even good enough. But the Pillage is just going to find them so much. Or they find another land for Pillage. Yeah, so if they find Karn, we're kind of boned. 1, 2, 3... I don't think they can Karn and Bridge the same turn, though. We're going to assume they find it, though. Oh, they can Karn Bridge. And that's what they're going to do. Damn, man. Yeah, it's really hard to keep them off of just, like, top-decking stuff with plotted Pillages. So now we need Static Prism. And then we're drawing Cat, which isn't a good draw, so pretty brutal. Hindsight, just get rid of the cat. Yeah, we draw the cat. We'll just play it and pass, I guess. They cast Inquisition just to empty their hand. They play their last land, and now they can get whatever they want with Karn. So again, Static Prison is the best draw. Assuming they get Sundering Titan again. I don't know what else they... I mean, I guess they could get Liquid Metal. And that's what they do. At least we get a turn off because they can only uptick. Alright, they tap Temple. Draw Ketramose. Not really what we want right now. If we can draw some exiling effects, maybe. Draw some cards that way. Okay, the Liquid Metal, Temple, just to get rid of it. Just getting soloed by Karn. They play Boseiju. Draw Guide of Souls. Nah, we needed that like a while ago, so that way we could kill Karn. I'm assuming it's going to uptick. Haywire Might. They eat another land. Yep. Come on, something. Vindicate. Love it. Black. Vindicate. Definitely the best draw. Now we're just going to swing everything at Karn. They're just going to chump here. They're going to draw. Hopefully they don't find any removal. They still get to eat a land, though, with Liquid Metal. So Karn's not completely dead, but it can't downtick. Get to gain some life. Now we have some energy. Not enough to jump a spawn, though. They play the land. Yeah, they're going to get rid of this land. So what's the last card in their hand? Hopefully it's not a board wipe. Hopefully it's not another Karn. Come on. At least they can't get Bridge. But they can get Sundering Titan 3 and just like eat our last land. That's what they do. But they have to eat... Is it just ours? No, they have to eat one of theirs too. Probably just like the... Yeah. I would love to draw a creature. Or Vindicate. Or Relic or something. Draw a land. Attack Karn. 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 Like this. And stack like that. I wish we had energy, man. Kind of sucks we don't. They're going to Surveil. Karn's going to die no matter what. They're probably going to block Ocelot Pride. Or they want the redraw. They keep it on top. Karn dies. Oh my god, they top deck push. Brutal. They gotta stop top decking. Well, only we can do that. So we can get a Shadowy Backstreet. They drew something for turn. Unless they're gonna just activate Castle. But they would play the land first before doing that. So hopefully what they draw isn't insane. Alright, they just attack. We'll chump. We're at a healthy life total where we could take a hit, but... Alright, they do nothing. Draw another Guide of Souls. Oh wait, we didn't I meant to fetch, that's my bad. Play another Guide of Souls. Guess we'll attack like this. Pay life here. Just attack like that and pass, I guess. They're gonna draw. Castle's been doing a lot of work this match. Without that, they'd be like completely boned. Play land. They do find something. No, God. They find another Karn. Really trying to dodge them drawing this. They've had it like every other turn. And they draw again. Into Rumble. They find Wormcoil Engine. Oy. Oh no. And they cast Wormcoil Engine. Jesus. Alright, I'm gonna take this hit. Because I'm gonna save the spawn for Wormcoil. They don't even down tick with Karn. They just want to keep this off. We also need the mana. Like, Temple is good, but we're not casting anything with it, so we're going to have to bin it. All right, they tap that. We draw another temple. Okay. Wait, they didn't even uptick it, actually. They just played it and passed. I mean, I guess we're just killing Karn. We're just gonna chump with cats and then block sack with Wurmcoil. Did they draw another pillage, too? Please no pillage. Rumble. They find Cabal Coffers. So now they have just unlimited mana. They tap Temple. They get rid of Temple. Block here. Block here. Sack this. I'm trying to think what we need here. Like Ocelot Pride for cats, maybe? I mean, that would be amazing way earlier. That sucks. I will attack Karn, them, down to 9. Yeah, we just gotta pass. Block. I mean, I guess we do this again. And then we're gonna have to K command, scry draw. I don't even think we can exile anything because exiling one's not gonna do anything. We have to like desperately find something here. There's Relic actually. Keep that on top. Can turn on Ketramose. Draw some cards maybe. Double Relic. Relic them. Draw a card. Thought not Seer. Cycle Relic. Draw 2 cards. Please don't tell me they have Bowmasters. They're going to draw looking for Bowmasters. They definitely would have cast it earlier with the first Ketramose draw. Alright, they cling, looking for a card. Did they find it? They only have 22 cards left in library. They've gone through 1,000,000 cards. They cling again. Are they going to try to kill us, actually? Can they kill us? We're at 5, 4, 3. It's going to be close. They get to do this 2 more times. They got us, yeah. Pretty funny. All right, welcome to the final match, and we're going to keep this hand. We're on the draw, and I think this is fine with some removal early, aggression with Pride, and then our finisher with Ketramose. They just go Windswept Heath into Temple Garden. Probably going to pending a Mana Dork. Another Ketramose, not what we want. So this is probably like Bant ETBs. Yeah, Breathing Ritual. So we're going to have to Static Prison that and play Pride. It's a pretty annoying matchup if we can't get a quick start, though. We also want to get a guide so we can keep the Static Prison around. These last 2 draws have been really terrible for us. They play a Hedge Maze. They keep it on top. They don't play anything else. They could have like a flash creature maybe. We draw a land. Yeah, not working out too well. I'm not sure what they could flash in that maybe has 2 toughness. Just Solitude. Is it Solitude Ephemerate or just kind of wish we played Ketramose first, but they probably would have done it before that anyway. Play Ketramose. Okay, so they did have the flash creature, but Cat would have killed it anyway. Not looking good for us, especially a Solitude deck can just kill Ketramose. They get in with Coatl. Have 3 mana open. Another terrible draw. So we're 4 for 4. Surveil. Gotta bin that because we don't have any colorless mana. Pretty awkward. Mana base really struggling this game. Eldrazi Temple's definitely the best draw though. Endurance. They endurance us. That's good against our exile effects for Ketramose. They get in for 4. And sadly we're gonna lose Static Prison. They Ephemerate Coatl. Wow, we draw the Temple. That's actually huge. It sucks that we can't like turn on Ketramose, but I think we're going to just pass as a crazy draw. Maybe whatever they target with this will exile. I think we do that. So we'll exile, scry draw. I think this is fine. We're not going to get the Ketramose value, but bottom. I don't think we want any of these, honestly. Push can probably be good. Honestly, I'm going to bottom all of these hierarchy because we don't have Guide Pride. Like, none of those just kind of synergize with what we're trying to do. Hopefully, they just kind of burn stuff on Ketramose. They have a double Birthing Ritual, so there's that. So now we kind of have to keep the field clean of creatures, or they're just going to, like, get it twice. I was going to say, probably get a Skyclave. They're going to exile that. If they get rid of Skyclave, we get a token at least. And we're just going to sit on Ketramose until it's, like, active, probably. They do sacrifice Skyclave. Hopefully, they don't have White Orchid Phantom. Another Coatl. We do get a 3/3. Not nothing. Trying to push. Let's attack. They take 3. Trying to think if I want to play Hierarchy or just hold up K command and push. I think I'm just going to do that. I'm going to get the maximum amount of value. Hopefully they like Ephemerate Ice Fang. That'd be amazing. But we're passing. Like clearly we have something. That's why they're hesitating. They just untap. They play Noble. So this is going to get them for 2. Yeah, I guess we just push this now. And then if they do move to end step, so these are going to trigger, and then we'll get rid of Noble Hierarch. So we can scry draw and get rid of that. Jeez. Bottom. I guess top. Not the most exciting. They have 4 cards in hand. I'm not sure what they're sitting on. I guess if we had Ketramose in play, we'd be better off. Play Ocelot Pride, Talisman. We'll just play everything. So if anything gets exiled, we can trigger Ketramose. They must have like Solitudes and stuff in hand that they don't want to get rid of, but they probably will use them on Ketramose at some point. They do find the land. 4 mana. Coco. Okay, so they've just been sitting on Cocos. Hopefully they break a little bit. Doesn't look like they did. Oh, they did. Wow. Very lucky for us. So our best draw would be like K command, relic, and they just scooped that. Oof. Can't believe they bricked. That was very lucky for us. Oh, they said they misclicked. Okay. That makes more sense, right? All right, so we definitely want exercise here. We definitely want Light of Hope, Wrath Disguise. I think that's it. I don't want to overboard. We have a lot of removal for their creatures. I think one Static Prison out, maybe. I like going wide with Guide Pride, even though we're going to bring in Wrath. Maybe like another Static Prison out, because they all have ETBs, and unless we get Guide of Souls going, and we are bringing in for... Actually, let's just pour them all out, because we have Enchantment Hate here, and we don't want like that to get ruined. I'm going to take a Thought-Knot Seer out, too, just because they have Solitudes. We'll try that. All right, I like this hand minus no colorless sources for Kozilek's command, but we do have like a push. See if they play a dork or not. If they do, we're just going to go Swamp Push, and then hopefully they go turn 2 Birthing Ritual, then we'll go Light of Hope, and then hopefully we'll get there. We're actually going to go Godless Shrine into Surveil Land instead of just Swamp Ketramose. Yeah, let's just go Godless Shrine, push this, and then hopefully they go Birthing Ritual, and we'll Surveil and Light of Hope that. Just a tap land. So no Birthing Ritual yet. Ocelot Pride's pretty good. So we'll go Mesa, go Pride. Yeah, the fact that they don't have any like Ice Fangs, they're not representing anything like that. Just no turn 2 plays. So they must have like, okay, there's Birthing Ritual. I was going to say they must have a bunch of 3-drops in hand, maybe? They might have a Solitude, most likely. Let's get Shadowy Backstreet. Looking for Eldrazi Temple. Pending. I feel like I can't say no to a Pending. It's too good. Let's attack first, see if they Solitude this. They don't have Solitude or they're not using it. We have to hold up Light of Hope. We could Pending this now. Let's just Pending this now. I think, right? I mean, this focuses on enchantments, and then this can hit anything. Any 2-drops. It's close. Yeah, let's just hit this now. If they have another one, then we'll want Light of Hope. And if they have another one and they play a creature or whatever, then we're going to be sad. I think that's the only way they can get back into it anyway, because they're missing land drops. All right, opponent scoops it up. They just missed their land drops. It happens. All right, so that was Orzhov Eldrazi Energy in Modern. So we can all agree that that was a very weird league, right? There were a lot of non-games, so it's hard to say exactly how well this deck did based off that. I thought that when we were curving out, the deck felt pretty good. But obviously, there were those games where we just drew all lands and it was a top deck war, which when you're testing a deck, sometimes that's a good thing. It just shows that your deck has better top decks. But ultimately, that's not really what we want to see. Overall, I'd say this deck does have potential. The colorless mana felt a little sketchy sometimes. Not having Eldrazi Temple or Talismans makes it a little rough if you're drawing Thought-Knot Seers and Kozilek's commands early. So in terms of improving the mana base, maybe we need another Talisman. Maybe we need to add a Wastes. Who knows? But overall, this is a really fun deck. I'm excited to keep brewing with this version and then maybe also the mono white version. If there's any cards you suggest trying out in this deck, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. But that'll do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying this modern content, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.